Do you remember when General Motors used to own the Opel car brand and then they sold it? Well, now, within the last day, Opel have revealed one of my favorite electric cars of 2022. It's one of the first electric wagons or estates or Avants that the world has seen, which is fully electric. And frankly, I love it. In fact, I think the hatchback version is better than the Volkswagen ID3. And there's a pretty clear reason why. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Isn't it great to see new electric cars come to market, especially ones that are relatively affordable? These are. Now, I'm going to quickly point this out because you need to know this. There's one thing I really dislike about the Astra, this new electric car from Opel. It's got a transmission tunnel. I mean, that is a pet peeve for me. What that means is the car has been built on a gasoline-powered platform. It has. And they couldn't be bothered to remove that transmission tunnel, which is just a complete waste of space. There's nothing inside it because the car doesn't have a transmission. It's an electric car. It's one of the great things about electric cars. You know how much it costs to replace transmission fluid in a gasoline-powered car? I just had to have it done in a car that I'm selling now in order to receive my new EV. And it's ridiculous. It's so expensive. I'm more than happy to see that go. Opel and Vauxhall revealed their first fully electric compact hatchback and estate in the form of the new Astra Electric and Astra Sports Tourer Electric. These models look nearly identical to the internal combustion engine powered Astra range, because they are, but they adopt a fully electric powertrain, just like the mechanically related Peugeot E308. Now, that is the one big Achilles heel of this car. Stellantis, who own this company now, have taken a shortcut by using a gasoline-powered platform to build the car. So it's not a ground-up built EV like the ID3 is, which that's one disadvantage it has over that vehicle. Starting with the underpinnings, the EVs are fitted with a single front-mounted electric motor producing 154 horsepower, which is 115 kilowatt, and 270 newton meters, which is 200 pound-feet of torque. While the power figure is identical to the Peugeot E308 and the E308 SW, the torque is increased by 10 newton meters. Now, my first thoughts on seeing this is, damn, this looks really good. You've got to say, okay, one big benefit of this over, say, the ID3 or the ID4, I mean, the Wagon version is a direct competitor for the ID4, is that it looks much better. That's my opinion. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the looks? Let me know in the comment section below. The driver has access to 3 driving modes: Eco, Normal, and Sport. This prioritizes range or performance depending on what you want. The company hasn't revealed acceleration figures yet, but the top speed is limited to 170 kilometers an hour. That's 106 miles per hour. What about battery packs? Well, it's got a lithium ternary battery, which is pretty common for Europe. Unfortunately, they haven't really embraced lithium iron phosphate batteries yet. It's a 54 kilowatt hour size pack, gives the car a WLTP range of 416 kilometers. That's about 258 miles. And it's the same for both the hatchback and the estate. I don't know how that can be possible. It seems like the estate, which is the Wagon version, is bigger and heavier. I don't know how it could have the same range, but anyhow, it uses a 100 kilowatt hour DC fast charger and can charge to 80% in 30 minutes. Opel claims that the underbody placement of the battery doesn't compromise space for passengers and luggage. However, the Astra Sports Tourer Electric has a cargo capacity between 516 to 1,553 litres, which is 18.2 to 54.8 cubic feet, while the internal combustion engine version does have more space. It's got 608 to 1,634 litres. Basically what that means is, because they've used an internal combustion engine platform, rather than having more space on the inside, which is what EVs are meant to have, it's actually got less. That's a little bit disappointing. Visually, the Opel Astra Electric looks just like every other Astra. The intakes and the slits on the Opel visor grille at the front are retained, and the only details that give away the zero-emission nature of the model are the absence of exhaust pipes and the E-badge on the tailgate, since the charging port is located in the same place as the gasoline pump in petrol-powered variants. The EV comes standard with 18-inch alloy wheels in a diamond cut or black finish, and the sporty bumpers of the GS line. Now, one thing that would be wise to do if you own these cars is to somehow cover up the grille. Apparently, having open grilles like we see on gasoline-powered cars will significantly reduce your range. Inside, there's a multi-adjustable AGR-approved sports seats, optionally upholstered in Alcantara. The pure panel digital cockpit has dual 10-inch screens and a head-up display. Safety equipment includes an ADAS as part of the Intelligent Drive 2.0 package, together with the adaptive IntelliLux LED pixel light. The EV will join the petrol and plug-in hybrid variants of the Opel Vauxhall Astra next year. You can order one of these in the spring of 2023. Pricing, though, we don't know until closer to the launch, unfortunately. Apparently, there will be an electric hot hatch version coming out as well with more power. Now, why do I say this is better than the Volkswagen ID3? Well, from all reports I've heard, the Astra's software and its technology, its touchscreens, etc., work fine. So that's a pretty good reason to buy this over the ID3, even though it has some significant disadvantages, such as the fact that it's built on a gasoline-powered platform. But one, it looks better. Two, the software is meant to work. Everyone says it does. People who have owned these cars say it's fine and there's no major issues with it. So that's definitely one reason it could be better. But then again, the ID3 is definitely worth considering because it's built on that ground-up platform. So that's of course as well as your. If you get lucky and you don't have all the software problems that many owners have had. Now, there is one other advantage, though, worth considering, and that is the fact that if you buy one of these Astras, this Astra Electric car, you do have the choice. You can get the hatchback version or the longer wagon version. That's what I love. The practicality of a wagon is so good. And this really, SUVs don't make a lot of sense for about 90% of people who buy them. They're never going to drive them off-road. They're not even off-road capable anyway. So what's the point of having a vehicle that's higher riding? So the fact that this is a lower riding car with the same space, or probably more space than most SUVs, means it makes a lot of sense. It's extremely compelling in the wagon version. Now, one of the interesting things about comparing these two cars is the fact that even though this has a smaller battery pack than the ID3, it's a 54 kilowatt hour pack. The ID3 has a 58 kilowatt hour pack. They actually have pretty much the same range. The ID3 only gets 5 more miles of range. And we're comparing here now a wagon, a bigger car, to a much smaller ID3. So even though the ID3 has that bigger battery pack, it's getting basically the same range as a car which is about 20% bigger and has a lot more internal space. Therefore, the Astra Electric Wagon is a really compelling car. If it was for sale here in Australia, I've got to say, I'd be having a close look at it myself. I know they will be for sale soon. In Europe, you guys, I'm keen and excited to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, my friends, have a great day. Bye-bye.